What's going on, team? Welcome back along to the crib. Today, we have the penultimate episode in the second season of the subscriber series. The playoffs are done. The big grand final was just a day or two ago. Hope you've all managed to tune into what happened there. If you haven't already seen it, go back and check that video out first, because there's going to be quite a few things in here that are going to ruin the spectacle that was the big subscriber series grand final. The Global Rugby Challenge, another big successful season. How it ended? Well, let's give it a bit of a recap on the key points from the big grand final, and then we'll go over our recap. The team of the season, the best 23 players. Of course, we've got to have subs because this team will be in action against a bit of a world elite side from around the globe in the final episode of the series. So let's have a little recap of that big final. It was the Flakers versus the All Flakes. It was a good one, and here's how it went down. After 70 long matches, we finally make it here to the big one, the grand final. The Corn Flakers versus the All Flakes, ready to go, packed out stadium, and of course underway through the Flakers, and into contact goes, the All Flakes straight away, breaking away through Grayson, back to Christian Kelly, the first break of the match, goes to Kelly, chased down by Gino, and Kamana, he's over, but he's held up, and leaves Henderson for dust. Here is Grayson once more. Wide on second row partner, Caleb Cook. Freewood out to Mark Tommy. Goes ball. It's going to be a try of the All Flakes. Kelly fans. Kirtley close to the sideline. He's got it down. And they're keeping it close to contact. Lost to the All Flakes. Adam Freewood. Support on the inside. Mark Tommy. He'll make it two. Mark Tommy scores. Easy, goes short of Peter Matthews, goes straight to a big hole for the loose end prop. He's in the 22. All Flakes can't get the ball off him. Gino has it. Owen Richard straight through. Defense completely at sea. A shambles. There's no one on the left side defensively here for the Flakers at all. And it's a runaway for Grayson. Benjamin Grayson away to Liam Simes-Wells. That is a killer blow. It is 21 points to 7. We are off to the sheds for half-time. Can they find something to continue it on for the second 40? Now that would have worn off. Now they've got to run on confidence and belief that they can do it. As the Flakers start off very well. Some great offloading. Getting it wide to Pierre Valentine. He could be home and hose. It's a chase for Ryan Gregley to the corner. They won't stop him. And Pierre Valentine. What a start for the Flakers. And no one too interested there from the All Flakes to get involved. They leave it for the Flakers. Gino, high tackle. Referee dishes out yellow. That is a big call, massive call for the All Flakes. George Pullman is gone for 10. Trying to go straight through the middle. Pick and go from Joseph to Michael Curran, and that will put them back on level terms. And it's a turnover. Liam Simes-Wells has done spectacularly well. There it is. It's a great chance for Kelly. Christian Kelly. There was nothing on. The two midfield partners combining, but a bit disjointed there. Here's EC once more. There's so much room here. It is another chance for Ron Richards. Pops it in field. This is a try. Look who it is. It's James Hudson. Tries to go alone. Yellow jumper on him quickly. Jimmy Henderson. He throws that one out. Here's another chance for Christian Kelly. Gets away from Miller. Kelly fans. He's done it again. Gino can't see it, but Henderson can. Here we go. The All Flakes looking to attack back. Good work for Pullman. Finding it to Sam McCoop. There's so many black jerseys here. Can they shut this down? It's fine on it. Going back eventually. Liam Simes-Wells. Kicks a touch. Buzzer has gone. The All Flakes hang on. It was touch and go, but the All Flakes hold desperately tight to a 7-point lead, and those last 10 minutes have literally flown by. The All Flakes Season 2 champions, and the Flakers fail, going back to back. It was a tight match. It was a very, very exciting match, and a big thanks to those of you out there who actually tuned into the premiere as it went live as well. I was there. We had a great little chat throughout the match as well. A lot of you getting quite excited as the match got quite close towards the end there, so it was really exciting to watch and be able to chat with you guys at the same time in the matchup. So thanks to those of you who did come to the premiere of the video and hung out and had a watch of the match as well as soon as it went live. So big thanks to those guys for coming to watch. Other than that, though, an exciting matchup that did end 28-35. It was the lesser side, the underdog, you may call them, of the All Flakes, coming away with the grand final victory. So let's go through what we've done all season long. This will be it. This is the final standings, so the stats and, of course, the team of the season. The best 23 players throughout the year into a single squad that'll take on the world's best. So as we always do, we look at tries, line breaks, points, and the leading tacklers. So let's kick into it straight away. Leading try scorers. Now, I did say in the last team of the week that the team of the season stat leaders would be first, second, and third. Try scorers straight off the bat. We've not even managed to do that because it has been a logjam of players who have picked up the leading try scorer. Now, you may remember weeks ago, Nanook Essex sprinted to the top of the leaderboard with 5 tries. He sat there and he sat there and he sat there. Players from all over were coming, scoring doubles, scoring hat-tricks, getting towards him, and it got really, really clustered. No one has really stood out massively to take the crown this season. So, amazingly, we have not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but 6 players who have picked up the leading try scorer award for season number 2. There's no second, there's no third. There's only first. And these guys, let's go through them. We've got a good distribution of all the sides as well. A couple of guys from the All Flakes, Liam Symes-Wells and Christian Catley, the hero of the grand final, picked up 6 each throughout the season. From the Flakers, the other finalists, it was Thomas Barkley and Theo Clark, who also picked up, you guessed it, 6 tries as well. From the Celtic Dragons, it was Bogdan Ola who picked up 6 tries for himself, and Kieran Jones storming his way onto the leading try scorer leaderboard, also with 6 tries. So a lot of people scoring 6 tries, and you've got to remember, there was 11 rounds, there was quarterfinals, semi-finals, and of course the final as well. The most anyone got was 6, but there was a lot of players on 5 as well. So a lot of spread out individual brilliance throughout all 4 squads this season, which was really great to see. Line breaks, second stat. This one, thankfully, we do have a direct 1, 2, and 3. And leading the way for line breaks is Jim Aligino from the Corn Flakers. The scrum half slash swinger, really carving up, but doing a lot of good work. Very fast, very difficult player to put away. Second to him is, I think, probably if we had an award for the most improved player over the season, this man would get it. Adam Fleetwood from the All Flakes. Extraordinary in the second half of the season for the All Flakes, and a big part was that stat here, line breaks. He really was a danger as the season wore on. And alongside him with 13 line breaks will be Samo Coop, the All Flakes fly half inside of Adam Fleetwood. Those two are real danger and giving each other more space than they could really throw a stick at, leading the All Flakes to that grand final victory as well. Those are your 1, 2, and 3 for leading line breakers. Aligino for the Flakers, Fleetwood, and Samo Coop from the All Flakes. The point scoring tally was a runaway for our leader as we headed into the finals. We wondered whether it was going to get close or possibly how far that team would go, whether they would do any better. But it hasn't changed. It's been close. It's been very, very close. But Dom Butler has still come away with the leading point scorer for Season 2 of the Global Rugby Challenge. He's picked up individually 105 points. But in second, only 3 points behind. That's right, a penalty behind is the All Flakes fly half, Samo Coop, who of course played himself all the way to the final, and of course in that final was the victor as well. Another try for Samo, it could have been a really different story, but he sits in second with 102 points, and then Owen Richards a further 7 points behind from the Flakers, the finalists, the losing finalist, sitting in third. Owen Richards for the Flakers. Great work from Butler. Team knocked out in the semis. making his way as a top point scorer. Really, really good regular season for Dom Butler. Tackles. Tackles, tackles, tackles. I talk about this every week, that this is the category I added for the players who don't get the limelight. They don't score all the flashy tries. They don't get all the big accolades going their way. This is for the grafters, the grinders, the hard workers. And in the end, you've got to give a bit of credit here. It's actually come out not too badly as a forward, expectedly a forward-dominated category. We have a 1, 2, and 3. It's come nice and clean on this category as well. And taking the crown is Nanook Isi from the Flakers, picking up 50 successful tackles over his matches. A solid defender, but a guy that really attacks nicely as well. A lot of time in the back row and in midfield. Sitting second is the fiery scrum half from the Guardians of the Crib, Ken Lynch. He was there or thereabouts all season long, was Mr. Lynch, and he stayed there right to the end. 48 successful tackles going way of the ragged and torrid number 9. And picking up third spot from the All Flakes with 46 successful tackles is Akahara Kamana. Now this guy did play every single game in the pack, either in the second row or the back row. Solid defender, big, powerful man, and it's great to see him storming into that top 3 as well to take that third spot for the most successful tackles. So there you have it. There are the league leaders for Season 2 of the Global Rugby Challenge. How many of you were back for Season number 3, which is something I will address at the end if you are interested in signing up for Season 3 of the Global Rugby Challenge as well. And congratulations to all the players who have made it as leading try scorer, line breaker, point scorer, or of course tackle maker. But the big rewards are still to come. Here is the team of the season for Season 2 of the Global Rugby Challenge. The top 15 starters, and of course the 8 substitutes who are still on the bench and get game time in the big team of the season finale coming very, very soon. So let's get straight into it and have a look at your team of the season. Now, there's no solid, hard and fast way that I've gone to decide who was in the side and who deserved to be there, but it's a little bit of your thoughts in the comments during the live chat of the final, comments left in the video afterwards as well, a bit of my thoughts as who I thought's been a real standout performer throughout the season. But as you may notice, I've also tallied up how many times all these players have been in Team of the Week, and a guy that's been in the Team of the Week 4 or 5 times in the season, I think definitely has to go there as a really sure thing to be in Team of the Week. So you may notice a lot of these guys have been there a lot throughout the season as well. So let's get into it. We'll start off front row like we always do. 1, 2, and 3. And this may be no surprise to anyone at all, but leading the line on the loose head side of the front row and captaining the team of the season will be Nicholas Friedlander from the All Flakes. Yes, we talked about this already. 5-time Team of the Week player in just 11 rounds. So that's just a shade under 50% of the Team of the Weeks. This kid was in the squad as well. A great player, great leader of this All Flakes squad. Pretty much played every single game in every single minute of those games he did play in as well. Very good defender, very good attacker. He is just an all-round, solid, spectacular player for the All Flakes, and really a long way towards why they were championship takers in Season 2. Now he's got an exciting front row alongside him as well. James Hudson from the Corn Flakers, 3 times Team of the Week player as well. But this guy, he can score tries. He's a real Dane Coles of the subscriber series, and he slots in the hooker role next to Nicholas Friedlander. And on the tight head side, Luke de Normanville from the Guardians of the Crib. This guy really good around the field, but he's more of a core role front rower. He does the good things well. The Guardians scrum operated pretty well, and he picked up a Team of the Week award 4 times throughout the season, and they were by far and away the leading front rowers from the whole season. Moving into the second row, and this was an area that was quite hard to pick as we headed in towards the playoffs of the season, but it come pretty clear pretty quickly when you look at how many times these guys are in Team of the Weeks and how well their team performs. It's an All Flakes second row, I'm afraid to say. It's Benjamin Grayson and Caleb Cook at 4 and 5. Those two, exceptional. And I thought they really come into their own in the playoffs, but when you look back at the Team of the Weeks and how many times these guys performed, they've done it all season. well, personally, I just haven't noticed it as much as I did in the big dance like the finals. 5-time Team of the Week player Benjamin Grayson and 4-time Team of the Week Caleb Cook sit alongside each other in a strong second-row partnership that really disrupts the set piece and become a great linking play towards each other in the back line as well. They are devastating, they are strong, they are big, and they are definitely ones to look out for in the pack. Into the back row, and I think this was the most difficult part to really pick because we had some real standout players who, to be honest, have missed out here. And it's tough because this is an area that I think was the most hotly contested of the whole team and the whole season as well. The back row was such a crucial part to how these sides perform. So here we go. This is who I've gone for in the back row at 6, 7, and 8. Nanukisi, starting at number 6. Yes, he was one of the leading try scorers. He was one try off getting into that top spot as well. He was a leading defender, best tackle maker, and a 3-time Team of the Week player as well. He's adept as well. He can move into the back line if required. He's fast and he's strong. I mean, it was hard to leave him out. I really thought he was a standout from day one, and he still played at such a high standard, getting his team to the final at the very end of the competition as well. Alongside him, on the open side, is Theo Clark, consistent performer throughout the year, and again, played in the back row, but can also mix things up in the back line if required. 3-time Team of the Week player from the Guardians of the Crib. That is one explosive and very agile, very quick and fast back row so far for the team this season. Number 8, this one was the first man in my back row team sheet. 6 and 7 were tough to really pick out, but number 8, Akahata Kamana from the All Flakes. Extraordinary player, 4-time Team of the Week player as well, 3rd best tackler in the statistical leaders as well. A big man, big moments as well, and led the All Flakes team from the front very much as well. Alongside Friedlander, those guys really did contribute towards a very active and very performing forward pack. You look at the other players who have missed out, and there's a lot of them as well. Frederick Globe was very good. Francois Valentine was very good. Joey De Rossi, another guy who was very good throughout the season. There's just not enough room. Deserve a special mention, I think, back row players. Ollie Crabb, Max Wilder. I'll think of more names as we go on. I could go on about it all day. There's so many back rows who performed admirably, but only 3 can fit. And those are the 3 I've gone for. What do you think? Do you agree or disagree with that forward pack for Team of the Season? Friedlander, Hudson, Doromaville, front row. Grayson and Cook in the second. E.C. Clark and Kamana in the back row. Right, back players. The real excitement machines of the team this season. It kicks off at number 9 with Jim Aligino. Yeah, but he had to be in the squad somewhere, of course. Jim Aligino, leading line breaker from scrum half. He really did destroy sides with his pick and goes, and again, the adaptability to go out wide and play on the wing if required, and really just mix it up and get amongst it with the rest of the players as well. 5-time Team of the Week player as well. He's one of the most, alongside the likes of Friedlander, to be in Team of the Week. Outside him will be a man from the Guardians of the Crib, and really leading point scorer, he's got to be there. Don Butler gets the nod, and number 10, hard fought, I think, with Semo Coop. It was a 50-50, but I think leading point scorer, he's done it all season long. He's scored tries, he's scored penalties, he's taking conversions, he's done it all. And for the Guardians to get a player like Butler in there, only 2-time Team of the Week, but 105 points throughout the season. He really was a leader and a creator for that Guardians side through to the semi-finals. We'll go to the midfield first when we look at the outside backs, and in the midfield, might be a bit of surprise I've gone for here. So let me know your thoughts on this midfield combination. Pierre Valentine at 12 and Tom Charles at 13. So Pierre Valentine from the Flakers, 3 times Team of the Week player and an intelligent player. Really did carve to ribbons defensive lines on will. And we've seen all the way up to the grand final. He even scored that amazing try in the grand final as well. Superb little player. Really likes to run through the middle, create space out wide for his outside backs, who we do see more of later on as well. Partnering him, Tom Charles from the Celtic Dragons. This guy, slow start to the season, took a while to really cement his place as a starting player in this Dragons side, but made a big difference when he was there. And a side which often struggled for those regular combinations of players to solidify their places in the team as well. Moved around a lot, but really found his home at outside centre. And with not too much of other interests of players that stood out in their position, Tom Charles does take that with a bit of a canter, you got to say, for the Dragons. 3 times Team of the Week as well. You can't take that too lightly. A great little player, and I think a very solid midfield partnership that is going to set up a lot of tries for our outside backs. So who are our outside backs? Left wing, Liam Symes-Wells. 6 tries, leading try scorer of the season as well. 3 times Team of the Week winger from the All Flakes. Again, a bit like our back rowers can play in the back line, we've got Liam Symes-Wells who can play in the back row as well if required. Naturally at number 8, but I mean, this kid has been amazing on the wing, and it's a no-brainer. We've got to start him there as well on the team of the season. On the right wing is a fullback that we've turned into a winger. Bogdan Ola from the Celtic Dragons. There's a toss-up between a couple of players. Who would take 15, who would take 14? We've got Ola on the right wing. Again, leading try scorer with 6 tries as well. 4 times in the Team of the Week, and another standout Dragons player in this side. We've really got great back players to the Dragons. That is an area that they have really led from the front with ability to score tries, but need a bit of work throughout the rest of their team. They have been a great addition, though, you've got to say, to the team to the competition this season. And of course, the one we didn't talk about, Michael Guerin, at 15. He will start at fullback. Could have easily played on the wing. We've seen him score an amazing try as well for the Flakers at the end. But 4-time Team of the Week player, he really is a guy that does not look out of place. Bogdan Ola can play at the back. So we've got a real mix around. We can adapt our players all over the place. But I'm kind of surprised that we've gone with a straight number 10 and not a 10 at 12 as well to accompany him, because we've done that quite a lot throughout the Team of the Week, putting a number 10 at 12 as well because of the way they perform. But no, we've gone with a solid, straightforward side, and that is your starting 15 for the team of the season. Okay, now of course these guys have to play a match-up as well, so for that reason, we've got to name an 8-man bench. So these guys will all be getting game time as well, which is something that I really wanted to make a point about, because if you're on the bench, you want to know that you're going to be playing so you can tune in to this team of the season match-up, which is the final of the whole season. So, of course, our replacement hooker, we're going to be going, this was tough because we had a lot of players very, very tight, very, very close to take this reserve hooker role. We've got a Mike Hunt from the Guardians of the Crib. He'll tee up nicely with his front row partner in Luke de Normanville, 2-time Team of the Week player, but I mean, there's guys like Arthur Dane, Arthur Brunso, 2 names that were really, really close to making that reserve bench, but in the end, we've gone with Hunt by a whisker. Just a whisker, just a whisker. Our reserve props, we're going to be going with Sam Nicol from the Dragons and Peter Matthews from the Flakers. Again, unlucky to miss out. Guys like Lucas Barrett, very, very close to making it into that reserves bench. But both of them, 3 times Team of the Week players, and they definitely fit up there very, very well. And I mean, those sort of guys coming off the bench, that is amazing as well. Into the second row, and I mean, it was an All Flakes party in that second row, but from the Guardians of the Crib will be Josh Howard, 3 times Team of the Week player. He was an amazing player, really good around the field, not as tall as some of our other second rowers in these sides, but really, really did put himself forward and carried a lot of ballers around the field as well. So he slides it there very, very quickly. Guys like Hacker as well were another one that were close to making, but Josh Howard gets the nod. Over the full season, a very, very solid performer for the Guardians of the Crib. And it's the Guardians' partner in the back row as well, Elliot Malpass, 4-time Team of the Week player, but couldn't quite make his way into the starting 15. Played a bit on the wing, played a bit in the back row. He plays a bit everywhere, this guy. Elliot Malpass takes the number 20 jersey for the team of the season. Into the backs in our reserve scrum half/reserve, playing here in the back line, Richard Mockwa. Play a little bit of centre, play a little bit of fullback. This guy can go anywhere as well. So got some real versatility in this reserve bench as well as on the starting team as well. When you've got lots of guys that can cover at the back, cover at the front, we've got a lot of things covered very nicely if we do have any injuries. But speaking of injuries weren't off throughout the season. And it's amazing that we've come all this way to the end and not one player has been injured. Injuries have been on. and at a standard rate as well, yet we haven't suffered a single one throughout the season, which is quite remarkable. 3 times Team of the Week was Mokra as well. Deserved to be there, another Dragons player slotting in to that reserves bench. Now our reserve fly half will be Samakoop. No question about this. He was really a 50-50 to get in that starting lineup. Whoever didn't make starting would be going off the bench. Samakoop from the All Flakes. 3 times Team of the Week, second leading point scorer and second leading line breaker as well. He will come on and almost do that Damien McKenzie role, won't he? That spark. He likes to cut the line in half. This time he'll be coming on fresh when the defenders are getting a bit more tired, and he will absolutely destroy the defenders when he gets that chance. And finally, our outside back reserve will be Thomas Barkley. Again, leading try scorer with 6 tries to his name and a 2-time Team of the Week player as well. Thomas Barkley really come into the limelight in the final series when he moved from wing to fullback as well, and had a great couple of matches there. Really good defender, really fast, great attacker as well, and a very versatile player. Another one in this team of the season. And that is it. That is your 23 players for the Global Rugby Challenge season number 2. It's been a great season as well. Thank you all very so much for tuning in, for signing up, for getting involved, for leaving comments, for supporting your team and getting in there and giving your side the big ups as well, commenting on the matches, even if it wasn't your team, just following the competition as it went around. I've mentioned it already, Season 3 is something I really want to make happen as well. So what I need from all you guys is to stay tuned to the channel, hit that subscribe button as well so you don't miss it, because very soon there will be a sign-up period where you can once again join the subscriber series to Global Rugby Challenge for season number 3. Now, ultimately, I would love this series to be just a subscriber series. No AI teams, just you guys, and playing it out for the whole season, a regular season, a final series. Will we get enough players? Unknown. We've got 3 teams in Season 1. We had 4 teams in Season 2. Can we get 5 teams? Can we get 6 teams in Season 3? That is all up to you guys. So I will leave it in your hands. To stick around the channel, there will be a signing up video very soon. So stay tuned for that. And then, like it is every single season, let me know your player. Let me know all the things you want about him. Skills, looks, all that sort of stuff, sizes, all that sort of thing. And then we can start what is the worst period for me, is creating all these players. You can create your own on the fan hub, and that does save me a lot of time. But obviously, I know everyone can't do that, so I will be creating a lot of players again. Hopefully, a lot of you guys from Season 2 will stick around, and we can just switch your guy straight over into season number 3. Thank you all so much for the support during the season. I hope you've enjoyed the series so much, and we will be having one more video on Season 2, which will be Team of the Season versus a World 15. Hope to see you all there for that one. Thank you for tuning in, as always, and I hope to see you for that final episode. And of course, when we crack in to Season 3. Until then, take care.